for L1 B1. Our next speaker is Bhavanchu, and he will be delivering his L1 B2 today. His speech title for the day is Toastmasters Long Story. Just a brief introduction about him. He reflects back in his Toastmaster journey as the one that brought him out of his shell and made him better at speaking in front of an audience. I'll request now TM Neha to please share the objectives of.
Hello. Yeah. The objective of the speech is the purpose of this project is to present a speech on any topic and receive feedback and apply the feedback to a second speech. So he has already given a first speech, and now today is the second speech. I am pretty very much sure that Bhavanchu will definitely apply all the feedbacks that he has already taken in the first speech in his today's second speech. All the best, Bhavanchu, for your speech for today.
Thank you.
Over to you.
Good morning, fellow Toastmasters, and especially the guests. Now, I say this because I was a guest once in Toastmasters. I know how it feels. I know the dilemma, whether to become a member, or whether to attend a few more meetings than a guest, whether to try out new clubs or not. So I hope with my journey today, you would be able to decide on whether to become a member of Toastmasters or not. So today I'm going to take you on my Toastmasters journey. My Toastmasters journey has been a very short one, but only in terms of time. I joined in January 2020, but in terms of experience, this club has been a revelation for me. A revelation in terms of my personality, my confidence levels, and my capabilities. I never knew I could speak in public before I joined Toastmasters. I never tried. Toastmasters gave me that opportunity. So I joined the club in January 2020, and you would think it was a New Year's resolution for me. But whether it was or not, it was definitely a step in the right direction. I joined Toastmasters after giving it a long thought. It was not a split-second decision for me. I first came to know about the club in June of 2019, when one of my friends introduced me to the club and said, "Give it some time and you'll see the difference." I remember his words very, very clearly. So I looked it up immediately and found that the nearest Toastmasters club was the Indrapuram Toastmasters club to my place. So I went there as a guest. I thought I would just have to sit and listen and observe. And I did that. I saw what the structure and the function of the club was, how it functioned, what were the different roles. I became familiar to the club. I still remember the very thought that came to my mind when the then President T.M. Ganesh invited me on stage at the end of the meeting to share my feedback. I was like, this was not what I signed for. I was not supposed to speak in public. I had to speak only 2 lines and I got really, really nervous. But anyway, I attended a few more meetings as a guest, and at that time I thought maybe it was too much of a commitment for me. I did not join the club. I left Toastmasters then, but Toastmasters never left me. It was always at the back of my mind, and my thoughts continuously swayed whether to join the club, whether not to join the club. But in the end, I coerced myself to join the club in January 2020. It took a full 6 months for me to decide, but I'm glad that I made the right decision. When I joined the club, all the EC members were really, really friendly and helpful. I remember TM Shweta and TM Vikas addressing all my queries so patiently. I used to ask a lot of questions about a variety of things, and they never hesitated in answering them. So I felt more and more comfortable. Now I needed to feel more as a part of the meeting. So I decided to take some auxiliary roles at the beginning. I took up the role of accounter, grammarian, timer. In this way, I was more involved in each meeting. It made me feel more settled in the club and also gave me a little opportunity to speak at the end while presenting my report. This really made me comfortable speaking in front of people. After getting to this comfort level, I finally decided to go for my first prepared speech. I chose the path dynamic leadership and finally gave my first speech. I remember I was really nervous that I was gonna forget my speech or something. But in the end, I finally managed it pretty well. And what do I get to show for it? I was voted the best speaker of the day. So I would like to show you that certificate that I still cherish of my first speech. And this was just the encouragement that I needed. I was really motivated by that, and I really decided to push forward in this journey. After that, I decided to participate in every contest that came up. I participated in international table topics contest organized by our club. And to my surprise, I bagged the prize of second runner-up. This is another memento that I cherish from that and will always cherish it. After that, there were numerous contests like article writing contest, photo of the month contest. I decided to send my entries for each of the contests, and both my article and my photo were published in the Toastmasters newsletter. Another big motivation for me. So I was really enjoying this journey. Now, for the past few months, we have been living in lockdown. Our meeting platform shifted from offline to online. So this gave me an idea. I always wondered how these meetings were like in other countries. So I decided to explore other countries and other clubs. I sent out emails and got access to attend 9 such meetings in countries like USA, UK, Kenya, Nepal, Bangladesh, and others. This was the most valuable experience that I got. And I understood that all the clubs had some minute differences in them, but more or less the core structure was the same. So this was my Toastmasters journey, and my Toastmasters journey has taught me numerous things. It has been both enjoyable and full of learning. So I would urge all the guests that if you're still in the dilemma, if you want to join this club or not, I'll suggest, from my personal opinion, that just join it. Don't think too much, and you'll see the difference and feel the difference in yourself. I was not able to speak in public, but today I'm delivering my 4th speech in the club. So Toastmasters is indeed a place where leaders are made. Thank you. Over to you, Deepak, are you there?